Hello, everybody. You're going to be ranking all Battle Cat's main story bosses. By the way, I will not count every boss in every chapter, or else this video would be 10 hours long. So, I'm only counting the main actual bosses. There's one in all of the Empire Cats, one main boss, 6 into the future that I face. There's 5 that I face into the future. And I'll also be counting Stories of Legend bosses that when you win, you get the cat. Even though I'm close to Raging Bahamut and I'm close so these are the 3 ones I'm closest to. I'm the closest to Raging Bahamut, which is probably the one I'm going to get first. Then this is just my guess, I'm going to beat the Big Bang. Then I'll beat the Saint Red Fox. Those are probably how it's going to go. And by the way, I'm not going to do Uncanny Legends. And if there is, when I do complete Raging Bahamut and the Great Abyss, the Big Bang, both of them, I will put them in the tier list to see how hard they will when I beat them. So that's another rule. It will only be for when I beat them. If it was at the beginning, Nyandem would be the hardest. That's not even a joke. But I'm just doing them on how I beat them now. Wait, speaking of Nyandem, and also top tier, S tier would be the hardest, D tier would be the least hard. Speaking of Nyandem, again, if it was the way how it would, by the way, these are the ones that will be competing for hardness. These are only the ones left. We already went Nyandem. The face, Bun, alien face. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know their name. The alien, these ones' names. The Great Abyss bosses. Alien face, alien eye, and alien Bun. Now into the future main moon bosses. Cly 1, Corrupted Valkyrie, Lost Stories of Legends, and Wolf. So Nyandem is the easiest now because of Coolio Cat, or else he'd be above the face. So it's practically the easiest now because there's not really anything to support him. There's the rhinos, but with Coolio, you're probably gonna, as with my level 40 Coolio Cat, I killed the base before the rhinos even get there. So, and I've also replayed all these stages for your entertainment. Anyway, so yeah, Nyandem is easy. That's not even a competition. Wait, speaking of the face, and also the one closest is the hardest in that tier. Blah blah blah. Closest to the D, closest to the B, whatever. So the face, I think, is generally, I do have an anti-floating super rare that could deal with this guy, make him a lot easier, which also helps in a certain other one. I'm not going to talk about her yet. That would probably give you a hint because most of these guys are he's. Whatever, man. The face is just generally easy, like Octopus Cat. Just so easy, man. I don't even want to talk about how easy the face is. Both of these two are depressing first 2 bosses that you're going to fight. Unless you somehow make Owen Wolf before them. Or somehow make it, you'll probably be, if you're like me though, you'd probably be you'd be stuck on the Great Abyss chapter 1 of Into the Future when you're stuck on Bun. That's how I went anyway. Wait, speaking of the alien face, Right, the alien face, it appears probably the most often of any of these guys. Most notably Into the Future and Cats of the Cosmos. I've seen him twice in Cats of the Cosmos because I'm only on chapter 1. Cats of the Cosmos is not the hardest, but still aliens, you know. And I can't even count how many times it was in Into the Future. Wait, let me just do the math here. So far, he's been in 5. That's quite a bit for these bosses. This dude is pretty difficult, though, when I first started, and he's still a lot harder. An entire tier. Well, I guess that's not that much, but still. He's still a lot harder than the past 2 bosses. Not a bad first Into the Future boss, because he's kind of expected to be easy, but Nyandem was not excused from this. How easy he is now. Again, it kind of goes for this man, but generally I thought Bun Bun was harder. Speaking of Bun Bun, B tier. I didn't think this guy was as hard as others think. Sure, he's hard because you can't use any true forms to beat him at first, which is the main way how you beat him later, spoiler alert. But you have to beat him to get the cat fruit. And behemoth stones, if you're wondering. And Surgeon Cat. Anyway, with that out of the way, this guy is still pretty hard, but not as hard as the other Bun Bun or any of these others. B tier is probably going to be the fullest one. Yeah, there's quite a few. Bun Bun was kind of a depressing final boss of Empire of Cats, but Empire of Cats is kind of a joke. By the way, tomorrow I'm doing the episode for, if you remember it, the episode, remember when I did the Battle Cats, but I can only use the normal cats? Not the normal cats like Jamera, no, just Basic Cat and his other variations that I have so far. Yeah, I'm making part 2 to that tomorrow, but it's not going to get good views, but whatever. So, just a depressing final boss, man. Just depressing for him to... and you can have at least... Sure, he's harder than the alien face, but that's explained in Subtasta's video. Yeah, but... whatever, let's just get on with it. Surprisingly, I thought Clyde 1 was higher than most people. He's usually... Bun Bun is sometimes number 1, I laugh at that. I know most of the tier lists are for when you first fight them, but later on it's just like you like constipated because of how much you just use this guy for XP. Clyde 1 definitely harder than Bun Bun. Even though Bun Bun would win this guy in a fight 1v1, it's the other enemies in the stage that make this guy meh. He's pretty easy, but he's just annoying because he takes some time, even though the other moon stage does that too. Ever Into the Future specifically. Yeah, so that's Clyde 1, annoying because there's a lot of aliens, just like the other one. Anyway, just that out of the freaking way. And with Clyde 1 existing, he's not that hard, but he's also just annoying, and he outranges my Nakaluga Ultraman, which sucks. Which is he kind of carried in the other moon stage. Spoiler alert. Wait, I'm too late to that. Whatever this world. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Surprisingly, there's one more B tier. Surprisingly, unlike what most people would say, this is the exact opposite of what it is before, except for the alien face. I'm putting Alien Bun Bun in B tier. It was a close squint, though. It was close. He was close to A tier with hardness, but no. He just wasn't. Sorry, Alien Bun Bun, I don't know. The only reason this guy's not S-tier is because Castaway and perma-freezing exist. Even if I didn't have Castaway, I think Psycho Cat could perma-slow. It's not as good as freezing, but you just stack up like 4 to 6, 7 Castaways at the start, then he's perma-frozen. And that's the only thing that makes this guy easy. He's the only one here. The only one that I can perma-freeze, which is the only reason he's not in the top 2. Overall, a depressing last Great Abyss. So, sorry, bro, I just don't think you were that odd. Yeah. Sweet. But I thought Alien Nyandem was a lot harder. Speaking of, anyway, Alien Nyandem, he wasn't hard necessarily. Only the S tiers is where it gets hard. The last 2 are arguably the hardest legend stages. Arguably. At the start, at least, they're no! And when you finally beat them, it's a barely. I can definitely speak that for the last one. Let me just do this real quickly. Blah, blah. Do this. So anyway, Alien Nyandem, the only thing that makes them hard is the supporting enemies. They aren't the worst, but this is actually a really good follow-up to the moon. At least in actual bosses, he's a great follow-up to the moon. That's all I have to say. The supporting my enemies, especially the poodles and cyberhorns, make this guy really difficult because he's just sniping all your cats. After the Nekaluga dies, it becomes extremely long. So just an annoying and kind of somewhat hard stage. These are where we get to the actually hard ones. This one's just somewhat hard. You could argue he's in B2 with all the others. But anyway, these are the S tiers. I really thought these two were really, really hard. So anyway, let's get this over with. Like, she was pretty. No, the real reason why this one is so difficult is because of the Dawn Ostrich. They teaming up push me back so hard, and then when the next balls come out without Coil, even with Coil, they're still very difficult to deal with, and overall just a terribly hard stage. Even though the cap you get for it is great, one of the best special legends that I've heard of, at least. So anyway, really hard stage. Now let's get on to the real difficult one that makes me the one I just beat today. And if it wasn't for today, then this one would not be on the list. That corrupted Valkyrie. This one is milestones ahead of the rest. I would make an SSS tier just for her because of how difficult she is. The only reason I was able to beat her was getting most of the other chapter 2 treasures, especially my 2 crystals. Without them, I wouldn't have won. With those 2 crystals, I was able to beat the corrupted Valkyrie, but it's still really hard. The main part is really frustrating about this stage. Usually, since it takes me a while to beat her. I beat her twice today, and God help me. So, yeah. This one was really difficult. Like, really, really difficult. Like, insanely difficult. I cannot express. When the pig and bear comes out, it's just like, no! They're great supporting enemies in the stage, especially since I don't, with my shockwave unit that blocks the waves. It's still just terrible. It's just a terribly difficult stage. again, when I beat the Big Bang and Raging Bahamut, I'm getting Freshman Follies too. Oh my God! But I'm getting Cyberpunk, then Can and Seafell, then Fishman. My separator are so messed up. Anyway, with that over, here we go. This is where we end. Overall, I'm not depressed with these ones. Both of the Bonbons can be excused to be in A tier, which leaves Clyde and Clyde even from night. And some of them have big boosts in the second form, pretty much. Like Night and especially the Moon. That one has a huge boost. But other ones, they're just kind of depressing. Get the entire Empire Cats bosses. They're all just depressing. By the way, when I beat both the Big Bang and into the future Chapter 3 Moon, I will make a short video on adding those two to the tier. Because I don't know where they're going to be. They'll probably A tier or S, but we're just going to have to see. Probably will be harder than all the B tier though.